Whoa, Halloween sound effects.
Yeah.
I mean, this is some old Pez. Like, you might get high off of this Pez.
I know. Wow.
I might eat one of these.
Yeah, you go right ahead. I'll run the podcast when you're gone.
There you go. Hi, I'm John, Creative Director for Device Packaging.
And I'm Jesse, independent graphic designer specializing in packaging and branding. And you're listening to
Clean Up on Aisle 9. Man, I am really excited for this episode, it being coming up on Halloween and all.
Oh, yeah.
To cover some candy.
Yeah, to cover some candy.
You brought a lot of goodies here. For the audience at home who can't see any of this stuff.
We're going to try to do our best to sort of visually explain what we're looking at.
And we'll also have stuff on cleanup9.com.
Yeah, I think that's the way to do it.
All right. So dig into your grab bag here.
I'm digging.
And pull some out at random and tell me what you got and why you got it. You bought some treats here.
Let me see what I got here.
All right, what's you got?
I was surprised when I went into this, and this is like a small local candy store. You know,
Right.
They still have candy cigarettes.
Whoa, look at that. Candy cigarettes.
And that one, which is weird because it's called Target, right?
Yeah.
That one should be called Lucky Strikes. This reminds me of what Lucky Strikes look like.
Yeah,
it's got a horseshoe
like the
on
same
it.
trade dress.
But yeah, let me look up. I just want to look at.
Wow. Candy cigarettes. Do they give you candy cancer? They used to have them like lit on one end. Do they still? They don't. Do you remember that?
Yes,
they were
do.
like red on one end.
They had it red on the very end to make it look like it was lit.
Right.
And I'm sure now they just can't do that.
I don't think they can make candy cigarettes anyway. Like probably not in America anymore.
Well, I bought them here at my local little candy place.
But isn't it like a fancy candy shop, right? It's not like that. Yeah.
It's not like
So they'll have so I don't know if it's like reissue or if it's like friggin' gum from the 80s or whatever.
Oh, right.
You know what was better than the candy cigarettes though? The bubblegum ones. Because they were wrapped in the paper, and the paper had powdered sugar to keep the gum from sticking. Right. Yes. So when you first got it out, you could blow on it, and it would look like a puff of smoke.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
See, look at, so there's.
Oh, yeah. They totally are trying to copy Lucky Strike there.
Yeah. You know, I'm looking at this collection of these brand marks and stuff on some of the candy I bought. Reese's, Peanut Butter Cups, Baby Ruth, Mr. Goodbar, Fruit Chewies.
Making me hungry.
Snickers. Out of all these that we're looking at right now, the Pez is the only one has an actual brand mark that actually means something to the candy.
And the packaging for Pez is super simple. The logo is f***ing classic. Yeah. It is literally just the little candy pieces spelling out Pez, P-E-Z, as the little candy nuggets. Couldn't get any more minimalistic and authentic as that.
Right.
Now, then the thing with Pez was that you would peel this thing and you'd have to do it really carefully because it was really weird. And then you'd stick it in the neck of the little dispenser.
Right.
But Pez was great. Like you would load and you would have all these different, I've got the Darth Vader Pez. I've got like a Chewbacca Pez up there.
Yeah.
I mean, but those are Pez. Oh, there's Pez still in the Luke Skywalker.
Oh, that's got
be. Yeah. I mean, this is some old Pez. Like you might get high off of this Pez.
I know. Wow.
I might eat one of these.
Yeah, you go right ahead. I'll run the podcast when you're gone.
There you go. Yeah. This is like when you dial the 911 on the phone and then you put your finger right over to one and then you try something. Yeah. Because if you fall forward, at least you'll hit that one and you'll be good.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I got there's a few other like Sugar Daddy.
Yeah.
Remember the Sugar Daddy?
And then the Sugar Babies.
Sugar Babies, yep. Yeah. Junior Mints. Pixy Stix.
Pixy Stix. That see now. Okay, so Pixy Stix are right up there to me with the whole Pez things in terms of like if we're talking about packaging design, right? Like Pixy Stix was literally just somebody packaging sugar. I was reading this thing about it, and what it started out was, I think in the 40s, this guy had made essentially Kool-Aid in single serve packets.
Oh, wow.
And the idea was they would sell them in the drugstore so that kids could make their own little like sodas or whatever at home, right? But what he realized was that the kids were not actually making drinks from it. The kids were just drinking the powder.
They were freebasing, freeballing.
Yeah. So after he realized that, he just stopped worrying about whether they was selling it for soda or whatever. It's selling just fine. That was when he made up Fun Dip. Do you remember the Fun Dip?
What?
So that was another packaging-based candy. Couldn't really exist without kind of the distinct packaging. Fun Dip was like essentially it was like a long paper envelope, and there were 3 sections. The first section had these candy sticks. They were almost like a vanilla flavored stick. And then the other 2 had flavored powder. There might be cherry in one and grape in the other. And what you do is you lick the candy stick and then you stick it down in the powder.
And then you suck the stuff off the stick.
Candy stick. So the whole thing was candy. But I remember those being popular like at movie theaters and stuff, right?
Dang.
Yeah.
I need to come up with a candy.
I know.
Okay.
So that's what's another good packaging one? Oh, bottle caps. Right? That's the candy actually made up after packaging, right? Because the cap on a bottle, remember they had cola and grape and orange and root beer. They were all like soda flavored.
Right.
And shaped like cap on a bottle.
Oh.
Look up bottle caps candy.
Oh, bottle caps. Oh,
yeah.
Here they are. I remember those.
Yeah.
Bottle
remember
caps.
Those guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those things are awesome. All right, what else we got here?
Well, this is a perfect example. Let's look at the Snickers, all right?
Right.
Classic, where it's the regular sans serif italicized Snickers.
So one side has the full logo.
And then the other side, we just take part of the S.
It's just the S, and it's in that iconic kind of framework.
Yep. And it's
just got the S.
And just that alone, if you just saw that S alone, you would know it's Snickers.
You totally would know that Snickers. In fact, I'm going to eat that.
You can eat that right now.
Right now. You know what? There are candy snobs out there. I'm not one of them.
Yeah.
I'll eat swag candy.
So this is it. So I was thinking about this earlier, Snickers has got to be like one of the fan favorites, I would say. But anyways,
I have the stats on that. So here you go.
Oh.
Best selling candy in the world. Number 1, Snickers.
That's
not in the U.S. That's in the world.
That's in the world. Yeah.
In the world.
Yeah. Because you ate it already.
I remember this guy, the $100,000. I think it was called like the $100,000 bar.
I thought so. That's what I thought I was picking up because that.
I think this is the Bitcoin version.
It's the Bitcoin. Yeah. But that is supposedly one, back in the day was one of the most coveted. Like,
do you want, this feels like it's in 2 pieces. I'm going to have one. You want to have some?
I might try one in a minute. But so, yeah, the $100,000 bar was a big one that if you got it, that people would trade for. Cause that was the big thing. When you got home, you'd dump your bags open and then you'd start the barter stuff back and forth,
So this was interesting. So this was called the $100,000 bar.
That's what I thought.
And at some point, they have taken like a real radical change. And you know what? It's a lot of work. I mean, it's tasty. It's tasty, but I mean that one's going to be in my molars for a few years now. It's like
See, the $100,000 bar used to be.
Yeah,
it was like
a bill. It was designed almost. That was their first failing. They probably should have made it look like
it was like.
Here is the cleanup on aisle 9. What I would do if I had the $100,000 bar right now, and there was no equity that I had to stay attached to.
Yeah.
I would maybe make it actually the packaging look like currency.
Yeah, it doesn't have the same cachet as it used to have. So they, in my opinion, they actually kind of went a bit backwards,
Oh yeah, they screwed the candy pooch on that one.
Yeah.
Here's some. So sorry, I got piece of diabetes in my throat.
Now I don't know where they started on this one, but
which one is this?
We're going to talk about Boston baked beans.
Good God, that's the worst idea for a candy name. And whose candy theme was Boston baked beans? Did these guys also make like I got a great idea.
Yeah.
Chocolate prunes. Let's make chocolate prunes. Like Boston baked beans. That just sounds disgusting.
Their packaging is not good.
I think this is one of those examples where I don't know how much design could really help you. I think this is one of those bad product ideas. They're like, you know what? Kids really like baked beans. Let's make a candy called baked bean. That's just stupid. You know what? This Boston baked bean, this is wicked stupid.
It's wicked stupid.
This is wicked stupid.
So here's what, but
have you ever eaten this?
I have, and I'll tell you why. I mean, basically, they're not a real go-to, but they were a go-to when I went to go see movies in our local movie theater with my friend Stuart. And we had a routine, and it was kind of up to no good, So we would go in to the movie.
Right.
And you could actually get a popsicle.
Right.
in the movie theater.
Right.
Okay.
Wow.
We'd each get a popsicle.
Okay.
A couple of these little boxes or bags. I think they used to come in bags of these Boston baked beans.
You got a bag of bean.
We'd eat the popsicle. We'd sit back in the top part of the theater, didn't give two shits about what was playing in the movie theater.
Got it.
And we'd take our ammo, which was the little Boston baked bean, put it on the seat in front of us and use our popsicle stick and fire our way through the theater and hit people in the back of the head. Oh yeah, that was the whole thing.
Man,
I was a horrible kid. Horrible.
You were a masshole.
Yeah.
What a masshole.
I know, what a masshole.
You know what? I found this list of the most hated Halloween candy in the United States.
Oh, wow.
Number 10, most hated Halloween candy in the United States, licorice.
Licorice. All right.
They're not specifying red or black. I'm thinking they're going with black because people, some people like the Twizzlers or the Red Vines.
Yeah. If someone brings Twizzlers to my house, they're going to find a
Twizzler up there.
Yeah. I'm a red vine guy.
I agree. I think Twizzlers are like eating wax. They're weird. Number 9, Good and Plenty.
Oh, Good and Plenty is okay.
That was a licorice candy. So this kind of should be kind of the same.
Okay.
Number 8, Mary Jane's.
I don't know what a Mary Jane is.
I think it was like this weird peanut buttery taffy thing now, but everybody likes regular Mary Jane, but they don't want like some candy Mary Janes.
Okay.
Number 7, Tootsie Rolls.
Really?
For the love of God, people, don't be getting Tootsie Rolls for Halloween. It's just too easy.
I picked some of those up today.
But people don't like it. Although, you know what? We did do a Halloween cake recipe one time where you buy a new kitty litter pan and you make this cake. The recipe has you make these weird little green sprinkles so it looks like the freshener thing.
Yes.
So you make this kitty litter cake.
Oh, no. And you put Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah, you put them in the thing and it looks disgusting as hell, but it was a super hit at the party. Maybe we'll post that recipe up on our thing.
Yeah.
Number 6. Necco wafers. I don't even know if they even make those anymore.
And you know what those were, right?
Yep.
Those thin,
they were a thin version of number 5, Smarties.
Smarties are right.
The number 5 most hated Halloween candy. Okay, now I'm going to disagree with that because Smarties are good. Like they're just little simple little things. There's nothing fancy about them.
So number 1 is going to be the absolute most hated, right?
You got that right.
And don't let me guess before you get there. But anyways, number 5 is Smarties, right?
Yep.
And I remember these. See, this is the deal. When you get something like this, and to be fair, a Tootsie Roll, these things would be like, because you're going, oh man, really? Yeah. It's kind of like,
it's like your emergency candy. Like if I had no other candy,
you have to be desperate.
Yes.
The Tootsie Roll, it's almost like you got to clock in a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're going to be chewing for a bit.
It's a lot of work. It wants to be chocolate, but it's not.
It's not like a Snickers. You're going, oh man, this thing is so good. Or a Reese's Pieces. Oh man.
Reese's Pieces. That's the one. And we'll have to look this up. This might just be urban legend. But what I heard was when Spielberg was making E.T. and they were trying to get some additional funding for it, they were looking for product placement opportunities.
Oh.
And they thought it would be cool if the kid lured the alien into his house using some candy. And so the legend has it that they approached M&M.
Oh, okay.
Because in their mind, they were like, it's M&M's. That's the go-to candy that any kid would lure aliens in with. Apparently, M&M didn't want to pony up the money. But Reese's was like, hold my beer. We got this new candy. And we're going to try to get it some airplay here. And so Reese's came through and E.T. loving Reese's Pieces put that new candy on the map.
Wow.
I don't know if any of that's true.
Well, right from
God damn, these vintage Pez are really good.
So from Snopes, right? It says, rating true. M&M's passed up the chance, thereby letting one of the most successful instances of movie product placement fall into the hands of a competitor who benefited mightily from it. Mightily. Wow.
Yeah. Put them on the map, man. That was huge.
That's the thing.
I remember them Reese's Pieces.
I was just now, a little sidebar here.
Oh, yeah.
On missed opportunity. All right.
Okay.
And maybe it was or wasn't. I don't know how I came across this on YouTube or whatever a couple days ago.
All right.
Tiger Blood, Charlie Sheen showed up.
Oh, geez, that guy. Yeah.
Tiger Blood.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Right.
Okay.
Remember that?
Wow.
So today he's totally clean and sober.
Right.
He was doing this interview with these people as I was working on stuff I had in the background. And when he was first getting started, he went for an audition. He'd already had this one job that he had just gotten from another audition.
Okay.
And it was like, hey, you're going to be with this older guy, an older Japanese guy, and there's not much dialogue right now that we want you to do. But he couldn't quite understand what he's supposed to do in this audition. So he kind of did it, left, and thought, you know what, I blew this whole thing. He goes back to his agent. She's asking him how it went, and he said, I blew it, and